Today, we'll explore the fascinating world of the Olympic Games with 11 must-see curiosities. From impressive records to little-known stories, this video will take you behind the scenes of the Olympics and reveal facts you've probably never heard before. Get ready to discover secrets about legendary athletes, historical changes, and moments that marked the history of the Games. Don't forget to like, sign up, and activate the bell so you don't miss any of our curiosities. Let's get started. 1. Ancient origin. The first Olympics were held in Olympia, Greece, in 776 BC as part of a religious festival honoring Zeus. These ancient games took place every 4 years and included only one event, a 192-meter race, called the Stadium. Participation was exclusive to free Greek men. Women were forbidden from competing or watching. The victors were crowned with olive branches and received great honor in their native cities. The competitions covered athletic, musical, and poetic events, reflecting the importance of excellence in all areas of Greek life. 2. Suspension and rebirth. The ancient Greek Olympic Games were banned in 393 AD by the Roman Emperor Theodosius I, who considered pagan festivals incompatible with Christianity. For centuries, competitions were forgotten until the French Baron Pierre de Coubertin led the movement to revive the Games in the late 19th century. Inspired by the ideals of physical education and internationalism, Coubertin organized the first Olympic Congress in 1894. This led to the holding of the first modern Olympic Games in 1896 in Athens to symbolize continuity with the Greek past. Since then, the modern Olympics have become a global event of peace and friendship among nations. 3. Olympic rings. The Olympic rings are one of the most recognized symbols of the Olympics, representing the union of the 5 inhabited continents: Africa, America, Asia, Europe, and Oceania. Created by Pierre de Coubertin in 1913, the 5 interlaced rings have the colors blue, black, red, yellow, and green on a white background. These colors were chosen because at the time, at least one of them appeared on every national flag in the world. The rings symbolize the universality of the Olympic Games and the gathering of athletes from all parts of the globe in a spirit of friendly competition and mutual respect. This emblem came to represent peace and brotherhood among nations, core values of the Olympic movement. 4. Medals. The gold medals of the Olympics have not been entirely made of gold since the 1912 Games in Stockholm. These medals are currently made mainly of sterling silver, with a coating of about 6 grams of pure gold. The International Olympic Committee, IOC, determines that the gold medal contains at least 92.5% silver and is covered with a 6-gram layer of gold. This standard is maintained due to the high cost of solid gold. Silver medals are made entirely of sterling silver, while bronze medals are composed of a copper and tin alloy. In addition to representing athletic excellence, the medals are also pieces of art, with unique designs for each edition of the Games reflecting the culture and history of the host country. 5. Athletes without a homeland. Since 1992, the Olympic Games have allowed the participation of stateless athletes, known as independent Olympic athletes. This category was created to include competitors who cannot represent their home countries due to political circumstances, such as conflicts or changes in national status. These athletes compete under the Olympic flag and use the Olympic anthem instead of a national anthem. The inclusion began in Barcelona in 1992, with athletes from the former Yugoslavia and other states in transition. Since then, It has been a way to ensure that all qualified athletes have the opportunity to participate in the Games regardless of their political or citizenship situations. This reflects the values of inclusion and peace of the Olympic movement, promoting unity and global solidarity. 6. The first women. Women were allowed to compete in the Olympics for the first time at the Paris Games in 1900. This event marked a significant change, as the ancient Olympic Games and the first editions of modern games were exclusive to men. In 1900, only 22 women participated, representing about 2.2% of the athletes. They competed in 5 sports: tennis, golf, sailing, croquet, and horse riding. British tennis player Charlotte Cooper became the first woman to win an Olympic medal in a mixed competition and the first to win an all-female event. Since then, female participation in the Games has grown exponentially, with the International Olympic Committee promoting gender equality. In 2012, the London Games were the first to feature women in all Olympic sports, and in 2020, the number of female athletes was almost equal to that of men. 7. Poetry in the Games. Between 1912 and 1948, the Olympics included art competitions, known as Olympic art contests. Created by Pierre de Coubertin, these competitions reflected the belief that sport and art are inseparable in promoting human excellence. Artists compete in 5 categories: architecture, literature, music, painting, and sculpture. The work submitted had to have a connection with sport, such as athletics or sports events. Like the athletes, the winning artists received gold, silver, and bronze medals. Examples include the Frenchman Jean Jacobi, who won 2 gold medals in painting. The competitions were discontinued after 1948, mainly due to the dilemma that many participants were professionals, which went against the rule of Olympic amateur. Since then, the Olympic Cultural Program has focused on displaying works of art without competition. 8. The Olympic Fire. The Olympic fire, one of the most emblematic symbols of the Olympics, dates back to ancient Greece, where an eternal flame burned on the altar of Hera in Olympia. The modern tradition of lighting the Olympic flame was started at the Amsterdam Games in 1928, and the first torch relay took place at the Berlin Games in 1936. The flame is lit in the Temple of Hera in Olympia using a parabolic mirror to concentrate the sun's rays. This flame is then carried to the host city's Olympic Stadium through a relay that can include thousands of torchbearers. The relay symbolizes the passing of the Olympic spirit from generation to generation and from country to country. The arrival of the torch in the stadium marks the start of the Games, and the flame remains lit throughout the competition, being extinguished at the closing ceremony. The Olympic flame represents peace, friendship, and the pursuit of excellence. 9. Major medalist. Michael Phelps is the greatest medalist in Olympic Games history. The American swimmer made his debut in Sydney 2000, but it was in Athens 2004 that he began to win his medals, adding 6 gold and 2 bronze. Phelps continued his dominance of swimming pools in Beijing 2008, where he made history by winning 8 gold medals, breaking the record for most golds in a single edition. In London 2012, he added 4 gold and 2 silver to his total, and in his farewell at Rio 2016, he won 5 gold and 1 silver. In total, Phelps has accumulated 28 Olympic medals, of which 23 are gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze. His impressive career not only made him the most decorated Olympic athlete of all time, but also inspired generations of swimmers and sports fans around the world. 10. Winter and Summer Olympics. Before 1992, the The Winter and Summer Olympic Games were held in the same year, alternating between editions every 4 years. In 1992, the decision was made to separate the events, with the Winter and Summer Games taking place on alternate years. The change was made to give more visibility and focus to each edition, as well as providing more opportunities for media coverage and athlete engagement. Since then, the Summer Olympics have been held in odd years, followed by the Winter Olympics 2 years later. This new structure allows the public and athletes to better enjoy each event without overload of activities in the same year. 11. Young athletes. Demetrios Laundras, a Greek swimmer, made history by competing in the 1896 Olympics at only 10 years old. He participated in the first edition of the modern Olympic Games, held in Athens, and won a bronze medal in the gymnastics team. Laundras not only stood out as the youngest athlete to compete in the Olympic Games, but also as the youngest Olympic medalist of all time. His achievement is remarkable, considering the early age and time he participated in, standing out at an event that was still establishing itself as a global competition. So those were the 11 fascinating facts about the Olympics that you might not know. If you like these curiosities and want to see more content like this, do not forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. And if you have any curious facts about the Olympic Games that we didn't mention, share with us in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video with more amazing curiosities of the world. See you!